The prohibitions of Ihram. Question. In terms of clothing, men cannot wear any sewn clothes such as a shirt, turban, hooded cloak, trousers, underwear, socks or shoes. Some of you have asked me this question. Some of you ask the ulama and mashayikh, are we allowed to wear this because it has some kind of stitching or sewing, you know? The meaning behind this is that anything that stitches like this, like my thobe here, stitched from the side, and it is actually showing my limbs, my arm, and if I was wearing trousers or pants, then it's showing my legs, right? This is for men. This is for men. So this is not permitted. Also covering the head, so turban, hats, topis, and things like that. Again, for men, underwear, socks, shoes, these are not allowed, not permitted in al-ihram. Okay? The next one is for women, they can wear their normal clothes, even if it's stitched. Because the essence behind it, as we said, is what? What is the essence behind the ihram? It is that we are in a special state. That's the main thing. But for men, okay, there are certain limits, and for women, there are less limits in that sense, but they have to be very modest. They're not allowed to, but without covering their face and hands. They cannot cover their face and hands. And as I said, those things that are not permitted are those things, I'll repeat it once again, what is forbidden for men to wear during the state of Ihram is not stitched materials in themselves, but those garments that are made to fit the limbs and are usually worn by people in normal states such as shirts, t-shirts and pants. You should not wear gloves, although there is no harm in wrapping hands in cloth. Is that okay? So these are the things that we cannot do. One more thing, men cannot cover their head with something that touches it. However, if you're using an umbrella, that is jaiz and permissible. Is that okay? There are other things as well that we are not permitted to use. Fragrance. You should not perfume yourself or clothing after entering Ihram. However, if there's something left from behind from before Ihram, that there's la ba'sa bihi. There's no harm in that. You should also abstain cleansing yourself from using scented soap, scented hand wash or hand gel. Some people are very used to using hand gel. They want to keep their hands, okay, all the time. It's not an OCD maybe, Wallahu alam, but all the time. But avoid this. Use water. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us water. This is the best of cleansing, substance or water that we have, liquid. Okay. There is no harm in what remains of the effect of perfume, as I mentioned, prior to Ihram. Okay, so obviously there are certain acts that are not allowed as well. So that means intercourse is not allowed and anything leading to that. Okay? And talking about these kind of things in Ihram. You're in a special state, you are not supposed to do those things. In terms of cleansing, you should not remove any hair from any part of your body. You should not clip your nails. You should not kill any lice. You should not kill any lice. Scholars differed about taking a bath unless it is for janaba, wet dream, but it is reported that the Prophet ﷺ took a bath while in the state of Ihram, so it is jaiz and permissible. And especially in the heat, if you're in Hajj, if you want to take a shower, then you have to be, then you can do it as much as possible, no problem. But obviously without using shampoo and shower gel. That's very important. So these are still, we're under the things that are not allowed in Ihram. Okay, there are some other actions because in the fiqh books, the scholars mention, which is weddings, nikah or anything that leads to nikah, proposals, these are not allowed in Hajj. Okay, in the state of Ihram. Hunting, you should not hunt or assist someone in hunting. You should not kill animals except those that are harmful or that would attack people, such as snakes and scorpions. Okay? Otherwise, you don't kill any plants or any animals or anything like that. You avoid that, insha'Allah ta'ala. If that were to happen to somebody, then the question arises, what is the situation? Do you have to give a fidya? Do you have to slaughter? It depends on how it happened, and it's a case-by-case thing. So you need to contact the scholar in the group that you're going with and ask them directly. Don't take things into your hands. And don't just say. Some people also have this problem of naturally feeling that they've made a mistake. This is when we do ibadah and worship, we do it with full yaqeen. If there is doubt afterwards, then that doesn't affect your ibadah. It's still complete. You don't need to now give another extra dam or something, or a slaughter in case. It's not. You should have that yaqeen and hope, Ya Allah, accept my hajj. Ya Allah, accept my hajj. So with regards to the fidya, an expiation for the violation of ihram, okay, things that were the mahdhurat, those things that we weren't allowed to do just now, if it happened, there's just some slideshow for you to see. So there are no fidya for wedding, okay, meaning you can't cover for it. You have to, it nullifies your whole umrah or hajj. So again, a camel or cow as fidya for intercourse before the first tahallul in the case of hajj. In addition, it doesn't cover it. You have to do the hajj again. The hajj is void. So that's quite serious. That's very serious. But however, there are things that, for example, a sheep or a goat as fidya can be given, okay, before the tawaf in the case of umrah. In addition, the umrah is void but must be completed, and new umrah needs to be completed. So those details you can cover with the imam at that time, okay. And there are some other expiations that or fidya that you can do. The choice between fasting 3 days and feeding the needy people and slaughtering a sheep, okay, in Haram of Mecca. When you slaughter a sheep or a goat, it must be given in Mecca, not like in Qurbani in general that you do around the world or in your countries.